Tonight, a terrorist commander is dead, but the biggest story may be the battle over the truth itself. One government says no foreign soldiers took part, another says American and Nigerian forces carried out the mission together. Which version is real? More importantly, why is Nigeria carefully managing the narrative around the killing of ISIS commander Abu Bilal Al-Minuki in the Lake Chad Basin? Who really led the operation? Because this is no longer just about one terrorist leader. This is about sovereignty, military secrecy, and political optics, and the silent expansion of the international counterterrorism operation across Africa. Welcome to the analysis. The elimination of Abu Bilal Al-Minuki, a senior ISIS-linked commander operating in the Lake Chad region, should have been a straightforward counterterrorism success story. Instead, it has exposed a fascinating contradiction at the heart of modern warfare. On one side, Nigeria Defense Headquarters, through Major General Michael Noja, insisted that no foreign soldiers directly participated in the operation. But then came statements from Washington. President Donald Trump publicly declared that American and Nigerian forces conducted the mission together. President Bola Tinubu himself described it as a joint operation. And according to multiple reports, U.S. personnel provided intelligence coordination, operational support, surveillance assets, and possibly ground assault assistance. So why the discrepancy? Why are Abuja and Washington telling slightly different stories about the same operation? That question matters far beyond Nigeria. Now let's start with what we know. The target was Abu Bilal Al-Minuki, reportedly a significant ISIS-linked figure operating around the Lake Chad Basin, one of Africa's most volatile conflict zones. Reports suggest the operation involved sophisticated intelligence gathering, area surveillance, helicopters, warplanes, and coordinated special operations activities. This was not a routine raid. Operations of this complexity usually requires real-time intelligence fusion, satellite surveillance, signal interception, and advanced battlefield coordination. Capabilities that many African military increasingly assess through international partnership, especially with the United States. And that is where the political sensitivity begins, because there is a major difference between American-supported Nigeria with intelligence and American forces participated in combat operations on Nigeria soil. That distinction changes the political meaning entirely. So, let's look at why Nigeria may be managing the narrative. Nigeria has historically been extremely cautious about the perception of foreign military involvement inside its territory, and for good reasons. Africa carries a long memory of external intervention, from colonial military occupation to Cold War proxy conflicts to post 9/11 counterterrorism campaigns. Foreign troop presence often trigger public suspicion. In Nigeria specifically, sovereignty is politically sensitive. Many Nigerians support international cooperation against terrorism, but visibly foreign military involvement can quickly become controversial. Critics may ask, is Nigeria losing control of its own security operations? Are foreign powers quietly expanding military influence? Who truly commands this mission? That is why government often choose language very carefully after sensitive operations, saying joint intelligence cooperation sound acceptable. Saying foreign soldiers participated in combat creates an entirely different political reaction. And so, Nigerian authorities may be trying to preserve a crucial balance. Accept foreign assistance without appearing dependent on foreign boots on the ground. The strategic secrecy factor. But politics may not be the only reason for carefully crafted messaging. There is also operational secrecy. Counterterrorism partnerships often rely on hidden intelligence sharing arrangements that government deliberately avoid discussing publicly. Why? Because once militants understand exactly how operations are conducted, who supplied surveillance, who tracked communication, who coordinated air assets, they begin adapting immediately. Intelligence methods lose effectiveness once exposed. This is especially important in Lake Chad region, where groups linked to Islamic State and ISWAP have evolved into highly adaptive insurgent networks. These groups study military patterns, they monitor government messaging, and they exploit propaganda opportunities. So, sometimes ambiguity itself becomes strategy. Government reveals enough to claim victory. Government reveals enough to claim victory, or conceal enough to protect future operation. The American dimension. Now let's look at the US angle, because this story may also signal something larger happening across Africa. For years, the United States has been quietly recalibrating its counter-terrorism footprint after setbacks in Sahel. Countries like Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger have increasingly pushed back against Western military presence. Some governments expel French forces, others reduce cooperation with Washington. Russia's influence also expanded through security partnership and paramilitary networks. In that environment, Nigeria becomes strategically critical. Why? Because Nigeria remains Africa's largest economy, one of its strongest militaries, and a central player in regional security architecture. If the United States is deepening operational cooperation with Nigeria, it could represent a major geopolitical adjustment, not necessarily large-scale troop deployment.